Good morning, everyone, all my grandkids out there. It's time to read another chapter in the book that I'm writing about Dorkly, the young wizard, in a land far, far away. So this is chapter 16, I think. So let's begin. Fixed on my paper. Dermis and Mandy arrive in their spire and consult with the head worker and decide what they want their home to look like. Mandy wants a living room and kitchen on the main floor of the spire with a bathroom down a short hallway to one side. Dermis wants a room and bath on the other side down a short hallway where he can sit at a desk and write plenty of books. He wants a lot of bookshelves also. Together they decide that they want a bedroom and a bath upstairs with an alcove for the infant, but also down a hallway, a bedroom and bath for the child when he gets a year or so older. By the time the child reaches 14, Dermis wants to move the child downstairs to his office room and move his own stuff upstairs to that room by the bedroom. They also would like the top of the spire totally enclosed with glass, even the roof, and turned into a recreational room for the family. In the meantime, the king summoned guards and servants and was planning a large family dinner party for the next evening. These plans were well underway when there was a knock on the door, and a guard walks in and up to the king. "Sire, Othello the princess and Master William are here and would like to speak with you." "Of course," the king said with a smile, and motioned to the servants to be on their way and get busy with the party plans. He stood up as the couple came in and hugged his daughter, then turned to William. "It's so nice that you came, William," he said as he shook his hand. "It's good to see you again. Sit, both of you," he said as he sat back down. "Are the two of you here to see your old dad?" he asked Othello, "or did you need something?" "Well, both, Father," Othello replied, her eyes bright and happy. "I always want to see you, but actually, this is to ask you for your blessing and your permission to marry," Othello said, rather breathlessly. "Well," said the king, "this isn't coming as too much of a surprise," he said with a smile. "So, William, have the two of you been making any plans, deciding where you want to live and so on?" He looked at both of them and said, "Of course, you have my blessing and permission." "Well," William spoke up, "first of all, we don't want to interfere with plans going on for Dermis and Mandy, but I have spoken with my father. Our home is the settlement here inside the far outer court near the northern walls. My father is one of your cousins, twice removed. He's been in your military since you first settled here. His name is Major Fenris Farthington." "Yes, yes," exclaimed the king. "I know of Major Farthington. He's a good man, and yes, he has been with me since the beginning." "Well, he's told me a lot of stories, and that he has been fortunate to have been with you all this time," William said. "Also, he wants to build a home for Othello and I there in the court village, if that is permissible with you, King." "Well, yes, I'd be quite agreeable with that. I'm glad that you aren't wanting to take my daughter off somewhere that I may never see her." "Splendid, splendid," the king responded. "I appreciate you not wanting to disrupt plans going on for Dermis and Mandy, but what would you both think of this? A double wedding, huh? Huh? The king was beaming. Dermis and Othello looked at each other for a minute and smiled, and both looked at the king and spoke at the same time. Yes, that would be great. Well, that's settled then, the king proclaimed, smacking his hands together in enthusiasm. Ask your father to come around and see me as soon as he can. There's a lot to plan. Gorman was sitting at a very late breakfast in his spire. He was only nibbling and was about to give up when he was startled when there was a light tap on his door. He got up and opened it, looking out at the head guard, General Bonester. What is it, General? I know that you haven't been feeling your best, and I may be out of place, sir, but I didn't want to upset the king. I missed you with the king today, and I thought I should check on you quietly. Is there anything that I could maybe get for you? Could I go fetch a healer and bring them to you? Or anything to be of help to you, Wizard Gorman, Bonester said. You're a good man, General Bonester. Thank you for your concern and offer of help, and for not bothering the king. He's probably going to have a few irate words for me as it is by the time I get over there to the court, which is where I was just headed. I'll be okay, just not too well lately, Gorman said. Okay, I'll let you go on, Bonester said, but send someone for me any time that you could use my particular kind of discreet help. Really, any time, any reason. Once again, you are a good man. Thank you. I will keep this in mind between us. Oh, understood, Bonester said. I'll be on my way for now. In the meantime, the king had sent for Dermis and Mandy, and they were all discussing the idea of having a double wedding. Finally, the king said, Okay, so we'll have a double wedding. William and Dermis smiled, nodded their heads as the quite giddy girls with shining eyes and laughter agreed. Now, you two girls get hold of a seamstress, get this all planned out, and hold no expense. We haven't had a family wedding here at the Blue Spire Palace in this land of Blue Haven since the founding years ago, the king exclaimed, as his joyful smile gently faded as his thoughts turned to memories of his own deceased wife. In the late hours of the evening, Dorkly and Boots were sitting at a table and chairs outside a little cafe in Longport called the Laughing Monkey. They were eating a late lunch and talking and laughing about the name of the place. It actually has a stuffed monkey sitting there in the window, Boots was saying. Yeah, said Dorkly. I asked the owner about it once. He said that his son was out in the northwest wilderness and saw a small group of monkeys. The son was sitting on a camp stool outside his tent when one of them ran into his camp and actually attacked him, so he stabbed it. You think it really attacked him for no reason? I can't see it, said Boots. Nah, I don't believe it either, Dorkly said. The kid probably just wanted to kill one. They finished eating and went on to Glover's story. Dorkly asked Glover how he had enjoyed using the potions to see who might be stealing from him, and did he want to buy some more. You know, those first ones you gave me really opened my eyes to theft. But then when I went on to buy some and use the potions, well, I'm not going to buy any more, Glover said. What happened? Well, it opened my eyes, but then a couple of hoodlums shut them for me. Well, with their fists. This was after I caught them stealing and confronted them. It wasn't fun. So, no, I don't want to buy any more of that stuff, said Glover. Dorkly and Boots both started laughing. Sorry about that, Glover, but it is funny. Guess you better not use it anymore. They both left and headed for the hotel where they got ready to sleep and was talking. Let's stop by the mining camp in the morning on the way home and see what's going on there. Maybe a miner will want to buy some potions. And they settle down for their night's sleep. So that's the end of today's chapter, and we'll read some more next week. So thank you, grandkids, for listening. I know some of you are saying that you're enjoying the story, and I'm glad to know that. So I hope you'll be with me for each chapter until the end of it, until the end of the story. Then maybe I'll start another story. I just haven't made up my mind yet. I would like to do some kind of a mystery story next, if I do one. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.